Hello and welcome to TLA Geography, the channel for all things AQA GCSE Geography. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our TLA Geography channel for more things geography. Before we get started, we've got 5 quick questions for you guys to answer. Number 1, give 2 environmental challenges of urbanisation in LICs. 2, give an example of a megacity. 3, what are push factors? 4, give 2 tourist attractions in Rio de Janeiro. 5, define the word urban. And please write these answers in your own words. Don't copy and paste from online. Today's learning objective is to describe and evaluate the Favela Bairro Projects. So what you have to do now is write down what you would do to improve this favela. Pictures on the right hand side of the screen. Another challenge question for you guys to have a go at is, what issues do you think the government may have had to overcome to improve the favelas? So a little bit of background to the Favela Bairro. In 1995, the Favela Bairro Urban Planning Project was created to improve 60 of the 600 favelas in Rio, such as Resina. The city authority set around £200 million for this project with the aim of converting slum neighbourhoods. Look at the pictures on the bottom of the screen. You can see what they look like before the urban planning project took place. In today's lesson, we're going to have a bit of an information hunt. The main question for today is, how does the Favela Bairro project improve the quality of life for people in favelas? Firstly, pause here and write down what you think quality of life means. A challenge question for you all as well is, can you categorise into social, economic or environmental changes and explain which improvements you would make first? If you said the general well-being of peoples and societies as the meaning of quality of life, you'd be correct. This is usually what we mean by quality of life in geographical terms. Today's main task is an information hunt. Now there are 8 main improvements that the Favela Bairro project involves. So use the information on the slides and your own research to find out what strategies have been put in place. If you look at the right hand side of the screen, that is the worksheet that you'll be going through today. So you have to write what the improvement is, what is being done, and how does this improve quality of life. So make sure you explain each of the improvements and will it improve the quality of life for local people. The first improvement is that they'll be removing houses on steep slopes. This is an environmental improvement. Many of Rio's favelas are located on steep hillsides without secure foundations. This leaves the houses at risk of landslides. As part of the Favela Bairro project, the houses on steep hillsides are removed and the people are relocated to safer areas. How will this improve quality of life? Look at the pictures on the right hand side where you can see that some favelas have slipped and have been at risk of landslides. The second is education. This is both a social and an economic improvement. Adult education, night classes and training schemes have been introduced and are on offer to favelas residents. Project Favela also runs a free education programme for children living in favelas. It's run by volunteers and provides after-school programmes. So how will this improve their quality of life? Make sure you look at the pictures on the right hand side and pausing if we're going a bit too fast. The third one is improving infrastructure. Local infrastructure in and around the favela has been improved. So for example, streets and roads, they've been widened and paved. This has improved access to many main areas of the favela. Think about how this will help people in an emergency if emergency services need to get to them and for people to gain employment. Okay, how does this relate to their quality of life? Look at the pictures, look at what the infrastructure was like before and after. In the fourth box, we now want to talk about installation of a cable car. So, a cable car was installed at the top of Resina Favela in 2011 and it creates a link down into the centre of Rio de Janeiro. Residents get 1 free return ticket a day and journeys times across the favela have been reduced from 2 hours, which what would have taken it to walk it, to 16 minutes in a cable car. So this cable car is also connected to railways and bus stations. So how does this improve their quality of life? In the 5th box, self-help schemes. This is an environmental improvement. Residents are given building materials by the government to improve their own houses by replacing wood with brick. Local people do the improvements themselves and work together as a community to help each other. Roads around the favelas are also improved and bin collection services have now been introduced. So how does this improve the quality of life, especially with bin collection services? Think about the litter in the streets and think about if these houses made of wood catch fire. In the sixth box, we have sites and service schemes. These are local projects undertaken by the local authority to relocate residents from favelas. So brick houses are built with electricity, running water and sanitation pipes, and some residents can now legally apply to own their own property. So how would this help improve their quality of life if they're no longer paying rents and if they actually have running electricity and water to their houses? In the seventh box is the Police Pacifying Unit. So the Police Pacifying Unit has been set up with about 300 police officers, and they patrol the communities in the favelas. Their main objective is to reduce the occurrence of crime, and they build ties with their local communities. So it means that they patrol the streets and reduce the gang activity that happens in favelas. So how do you think this would improve the quality of life of the residents there? Health and leisure centres. This is for your final box. Health and leisure centres have been introduced to support people that have drug and alcohol problems or addictions. So daycare centres for young children have also been set up to provide supervision so parents can go to work. For example, if they're a single parent, if the father's died or the mother's died, they can leave children there so that they can now provide a living for them. So how does this improve the quality of the people living in that favela's life? Now we have exam question practice. Hopefully you've finished and completed that entire sheet, because that will help you answer this exam question. So the exam question is, to what extent can urban planning improve the quality of life for the urban poor in newly emerging economies? You've got key terms on the right hand side. Make sure you quote statistics and make sure you have a go at the challenge question. I've also provided a sentence starter if you're struggling to get into starting the exam question practice. So make sure you pause the video here and have a go. This will be about a 6-mark question, so it should take you just 6 minutes to answer. Once again, looking at all the key terms, the statistics, and if you're struggling, using the sentence starter. Please submit this to class charts so that me and Dr. Birkinshaw can mark this. So now that you've finished your exam practice question, you've submitted it on class charts, here we can see some different pictures of what it was like before and after the Bairro project. As you can see, there's been a massive change in the area. There's been staircases put in, there's been ramps and access to different areas. There's also been green space added, so you can tell environmentally it's improved the area, and also from an infrastructure point of view, it's also improved the area. So the final task today, our plenary, to summarise our learning is, much like local governments and local councils, you have a very limited budget. Which improvement would you make first to the Bairro project? Okay, for example, would you fund the police more? Would you give more education out? Would you improve access to healthcare? Choose one of these and justify your answer. Thank you very much for watching our video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to TLA Geography.